start. Welcome everyone. I hope everyone's going well. It is a bit chilly here today. It's been really cold this week for some strange reason. We hit like 1 degree Celsius or just above 1 degree Celsius the other day in the morning, which was great fun. I got out of bed, realized my hands were frozen as I was walking around. It was like, I am not cycling in. It is that cold. I've at least got this room around about 20 degrees Celsius, or just under, thanks to my computer running and the heater. I might turn down. Oh, the heater's turned down. And hey, Nocturnal, how are you? So yeah, I'm rugged up at the moment. Melbourne has had its coldest week in, I think, 10 years or something like that. It's cold. Alright, that's okay, let's see Melbourne. Bone chilling 1.4 degrees Celsius the other day. And it was really cold this morning. I think it was just before I ordered food, so it would have been around about 11 o'clock or something like that. I looked at my the monitor and it was like 10 degrees Celsius. I'm like, no wonder why I'm shivering. I mean, I'm usually good with the cold, but holy hell. It's just a little too cold for me. How are you going, Nocturnal? Hope you're going well. I'm just still kind of setting things up. I forgot to drag this over here. I really should get a macro or something to set this all up. There I go. All right, we can close all of this. What we can do is we can open up the features and we want to check out the scheduling objects. All right, cool. I'm just gonna cd sites NearBeach. And I've got to double check one thing. All right, the DNS hasn't propagated yet. So yeah, I'll have to wait for that, and hopefully tomorrow I will push all my Roboticate stuff across, which is the personal blog. I've made a few minor tweaks, very minor. So yeah, and then I've just got to sort of sit down and be like, what do I want to put on there? What blogs do I want to put on there? And just write, really. I need to improve my writing skills. All right, so what do we want to do today is I need to sit down and look through the cron jobs and stuff like that and get that working properly in Docker, but that just takes time. What do we want to do today? So we've got a problem or task. Let's go task. This is all right. We want to create a custom Django command. All right, sweet. So we've already got the documentation here for it. We're going to read through it. So what will it do? This will handle the scheduling. All right. Yeah, so the idea is this will handle the scheduling. The reason why we're putting it here is one of two reasons. One, if we get the cron jobs working in Django, in Docker, what we can do is point at the Docker to actually run this simple command. We're not going to be using a web node or anything like that because that just opens it up for attack. The second reason is, we just hit ad breaks. I'm terribly sorry. The second reason is if someone self-hosts, they can set up a cron job and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyway, ad time. Say hello to Socks. Oh, Socks. Yeah, you just want to jump up. Socks is not cold at the moment. She's extremely fluffy today. I think there's a piece of string coming out of your collar, sweetie. Can I just take this off? Yeah. All right, her collar. I might leave that off her for the moment. I need to get one of the new collars out. Give me say hi to everyone, Socks. Wait, sweetie, have a look. Say hi. Yeah. Yeah, she's in full purr mode at the moment, and I get to do this to her, and she's like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then I'd sternum scratch her, and she's like, oh yeah. Now butt rubber. She's like, no, I'm not really a fan of the butt rubs. All right, Socks, you get some treats. Yeah, in your bed. In your bed. All right, ads have finished. Welcome back, everyone. I'm just going to put it on the workstation whilst I move the camera, so no one gets that sort of dizziness. Oh, I have to reset this page. All right, in your bed. You know what's happening in your bed. You know what's happening. You know where you get fed treats. No. Next coming. Oh, guess not. Alright, there we go. And there we go. Alright, good girl. Oops, I should put this on secret screen. There we go. Which doc? The scene. Ah, yes. Yes, I have. How I did it? I don't know. I really don't know. I think I went up here and unticked it and reticked it, and it appeared there. I think, if memory serves me correctly. Sorry, I should be like, I went up here and I think I unticked it and ticked it up there. So, yeah. All right, so we want to create a custom Django command. The idea is that's going to handle the scheduler. So when we have, let's say, a cron job, I'm just doing star. I think there's 5 stars or something like that. We can go Python 3 .manage ./manage.py. And then we can write in run scheduler. And then it will just run. And everyone will be happy. And don't forget to drop everyone. Who am I going to use? Shockmax. All right, so what we want to do, how to create a custom Django admin command. So applicants can register their own actions with manage.py. For example, you might want to add manage.py action for a Django app that you're distributing. In the documentation, we'll be building a custom close poll command for the polls. In our sort of case, I noticed that the casing is all just lowercase and connected together, so we'll remove this little underscore, but that's fine. That's just me doing that as a example. In the docket, we'll be building custom close poll commands for the polls applications from the tutorial. To do this, we need to add a management commands directory to your application. Django will register manage.py command for each Python module in that directory whose name doesn't begin with an underscore. For example, so we've got management, we've got commands, and then we've got close poll, but private will be private. And, sorry, I just noticed this. Socks is actually licking her bed. Hop in your bed, sweetie. Hop in your bed. Then you can lick your bed. Yep, there it go. And then you can lick your bed. She's like, no, I want to hurt the camera now. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to go over here. Let's just minimize everything. Let's open up this. Let's open up NearBeach. So we want it under here. So we want management and then command. So if I right hand click, go directory, management, and then commands like that. So I'll need the init py at here, so it'll be, the reason being is that just tells the system, hey, this is a Python folder. All right, and then, yeah, we just need, under the commands, we're going to go new, and we're going to go run scheduler.py. All right. There we go. Oops. There we go. All right, sucks. Okay, so in this example, close poll command will be made available to any project that includes polls, applications, and installed apps, which is great. The private.py module will not be available as a management command. Sweet. The close poll module has only one requirement. It must define a class command that extends base command or one of its subclasses. So we've got app command, we've got label command. I think we'll just use the basic command. So from Django core management base. Okay, cool. And we want to import base command and command error. All right, sweet. Another thing we want to do from polls model, import questions as polls. We'll be importing our own models. So at the moment, yeah, I won't be doing much. So we need class command, base command. Where we've got help equals run this command to run the scheduled jobs within NearBeach. Cool. And so we've got add arguments. At the moment, I'm not going to pass through any arguments. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Max. Why I'm not passing through any arguments? I don't see any relevance at the very moment. Later on, we might want to pass through elements where we run stuff for example, we search for stuff that is run weekly and so forth like that. But at the very moment, I'm going to say no. So we're going to miss the def arguments. Did I get the cron jobs to work? Not quite yet. We got close. However, yesterday after work, I was extremely exhausted. I ended up just not doing anything. I was meant to get the NearBeach, get the robotic head stuff set up and so forth. I only ended up getting the new marketing site, the NearBeach marketing site, onto Embraco 14. So yeah. And even then, I didn't shake it out fully and fix up all the bugs and issues in the back office for that, which is... It won't take me long. It'll take me about an hour. And then hopefully I've got time tomorrow to do it. So we need a def handle. And yes, I was just about to say that. I'll move the camera first. It's Max. He's only visiting because this room is 19.8 degrees Celsius, according to my thermometer. It feels a lot colder. The rest of the house is probably really extra cold. And he's like, you know what? I know where there's a bed in a warm room. So, yeah, very rare Max visit. Hey, buddy. In fact, it's 12 degrees at the moment. So that would be the same in my house, because in Australia, yeah, our houses aren't really built for the cold. All right. So what I'm going to do is I just want to test something. I'm just going to test that. That's all I want to test. So we're going to go over here. We're going to go source VM bin activate. And we're going to go Python 3 manage run scheduler. Ooh. An issue occurred trying to connect to the S3 bucket. Please see the following. Oh, okay, yeah. The access key provides does not exist in our records. All right, yeah, that's fine. In fact, latte and mocha sleep next to each other when it gets cold. Yeah, Socks isn't a snuggler of a cat, surprisingly. Max is, though. Max will sleep up with us. But Socks, she doesn't. All right, sorry, this is in light mode. I'm just checking the upload mechanism. No, all right. I know why that's not working. All right, access keys, create access key. Yeah, this will be fine. It's because I've moved my Docker files around and stuff like that. So that's why that's not working. And this is all local, so this is fine showing this. And it's called NearBeach, yada, yada, yada. All right, cool. Moko used to snuggle up to me when he was very young. Sorry, not Mocha, Latte. Mocha still does. Aww. Yeah, Max has been very cuddly with me lately. Socks is giving him the shifty eyes every now and then, being like, that's my bed. What are you doing in my bed? All right, if I rerun that, Let's go back into localhost. Let's go back into, like, let's say task. Let's go down here. Let's go documents. Let's go upload a document. Aren't with calculators. Oh. Latte wants attention on his terms. Fair enough. Oh, I forgot to hit create. There we go. That was my stupid error. There we go. It's now working. Armed with calculators. There we go. That should all be working. I can now move on to this. We shouldn't see that error anymore. This command runs. Yay. Sweet. But is very insistent when he does want it. Fair enough. Yeah, Socks, around about 10 o'clock every day, she wants to play with her toys and stuff like that, so she'll come in and meow, meow. So I've got, like, the little toy, in fact, little feathery thing, and she will quite literally just play whilst I'm not paying too much attention. She's not interested at the moment. Yeah, she may be. Oh, no, there you go. All right, so this command runs, which is sweet. So, Python, just wait. Python try. No, I don't want that. Try and accepts. When were they introduced? I have a feeling they were introduced after 3.8. Are they introduced ages ago? All right, cool, sweet. Because yeah, I know I've still got to support 3.8. Sorry, Socks is playing in the background, for those wondering what that noise is. Alright, cool. So, for the polls, yep, sweet. And then all that kind of fun stuff. Yeah, sweet. We can do something very similar. Now, this is where we got to think. Oh, you think Python 2? Ah, okay, cool, cool, awesome. Also, is this still playing? Yep. Okay. I'm trying to remember all of them. Hey, we can look this up in NearBeach. Tell you what, I'll make it nice for everyone. I'll go into dark admin. There you go. Scheduled object. That is very quick and easy fix. Python 3, manage, migrate. And npm run watch. No, not run watch. npm run prod. I'm picking prod over watch. It's because I don't see us editing any of the VueJS today, because we're focusing on the scheduler. Yeah. I will one day shrink you down. Even smaller. All right. Cool. Oh, wow. Under a megabyte. How long will that take with 2G? Maybe I did a mistake testing it out on 2G. I did that. I made a mistake. All right. So new scheduled object, let's say we're scheduling a task, and let's say it is a scheduled task. We're scheduling it for NearBeach. Then we set up the object itself. Ooh. One thing I haven't done is dealing with the start and end date. So what will happen is we'll pull this information in, we'll have a look at the start date and end date, and we're going to apply the start date as when the object gets created. So we're making an assumption. So let's go over here. Let's say start date. Doesn't matter about the date itself, but what matters is the time. And then we've got end date. All right. So our system is going to be like, all right, cool. We're going to assume this start date is the date this gets created. All right, I think that's a safe assumption. Then it grabs the time. The end date will be literally the delta between those two dates. I think that is a good enough assumption. So what we've got is set day of the week. It's been a while since I've actually done this. So scheduled times, set day of the week. We then have weekly. And hey, iClutch Pentakill, how are you? Hoping to wish JS funny joke right here. You and chat a great good morning. Good morning to you. Oh, hopping in to wish, not having to wish. Thank you. How are you going? We are getting back into doing the scheduler stuff. So we won't finish it this month, which it's fine. It is a big task, but at least we'll have it set up for early next month. Yeah. To get stuff done fortnightly. You're doing great? Yeah, I'm doing great. It's the weekend's finally here. It's going to be another busy weekend. So, yeah, I am hoping, if you look at my calendar, I know this one will be busy. I know this one will be partially busy. I know it might be pretty busy. I am hoping I've got this weekend off for doing nothing. I'm just at that point where I'm like, no, I need a weekend where I need to clean up my house. Yes. All right. So Melbourne has hit one of its coldest days in ages. So it's currently 12 degrees at the moment. It's about 19.9 degrees Celsius in here. For those wanting freedom units, that is 67.8. For this one, it is $53. $53 Fahrenheit. So yeah, we've had a really cold week. So we had a Where was it? No, that's Queensland. Hang on, I had it before, 1.4. So, yeah. Been extremely cold. Yeah, very from upside down land. So when it's warm for you, it's cold for us. Yeah. So I think the snow season, Melbourne snow season, yeah, I think that opens up soon. Oh, June to August. Yeah. So, yeah, that should start soon. If it hasn't already. I'm from Portugal, so it's around 35. Oh, nice. Nice, though. I don't like working with computers when it's 35 degrees Celsius because I know this room will heat up. This room has definitely gotten up to 35 before. Yeah, it's those particular days where I'm like, it's easy to ride into work when it's like really in the 20 degrees Celsius in the morning. Work in a climate-controlled office where it's around about your low to mid-20s, and then having to cycle home. All right, fortnightly, monthly. Okay, start of the month. And then we've got end of the month. And then we have X days before end of the month. I work on a Mac AM1. It doesn't have a fan and it's made of aluminium. Yes, same. I've got one too. Yeah. That's why I cycle into work on those particular days. However, it wasn't too bad. The summer that has just passed, it was actually really doable. We didn't have many heat waves. We did have some late heat waves, which I think caused my tomatoes to grow really quickly, really soon. I've actually got seedlings that are a good this big. So if we were to put that at well over 10 centimeters big. And they have survived so far. I've had to transplant them out of the garden, and luckily I did this into a little small greenhouse. So currently, at the moment, they're that big, but they're sort of bent over. But they'll be fine when spring comes around. I'll pull them out and I'll lattice them up. Yeah. Yeah, summer was good here. All right, we do have an incoming ad break. So what I got to do is I got to set up all of these sort of triggers. So let's just create each one of these. So we're going to say task, schedule task, and we're going to set what it is. So we're going to set day of the week. Like so. And what we'll do is, let's say we'll pick Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And no end date condition. Yeah, we won't pick an end date condition. Now, I've just realized that, yes, I didn't actually do that screen, but I can always go back here. That's fine. My tomatoes have been kind of sad. Heat wave, then it rained for a week, then heat wave. Oh boy, I hope they aren't boiled yet. All right, you got to go. All right, cool. Thank you very much, Clutch, for popping by. I do hope you get your train. And yeah, I also hope you have a productive and amazing day. Test edge caches, space bars where they shouldn't be, and pairwise. So yeah, thank you very much, and have a great evening. Oh, day. It's day for you. So yes, have a great day. Yeah. So scheduled task. This one, we're going to go weekly. I'm just going to copy this and paste it into here. That's perfectly fine. We're just going to do this. And we've just hit an ad break. I tell you what, I need to do some Duolingo. Because I haven't done it today. So my shoes. That's right. Watashi no katsu, my shoes, are red. My shoe is red. Okay, so my shoe, and then they go red, death. All right, cool.
それらは私の赤いコートですか？それらは私の赤いコートですか？ですか？
So Saruwa is, I think, there, if memory serves me correctly. Is there my red coat? Or is... Oh, are those my red coats? Not... Alright, cool. I got the Saruwa wrong. But that's fine. And welcome back, everyone. I'm just going to... I'll end this. I'll do a proper lesson later. Alright, we're just going through. We're going to create all of these. So we got weekly. Let's say Friday. No when condition. That's fine. We haven't actually set up the view yet because we ran into other issues. So, oops, socks, be careful. So, scared. Socks. Can I have my keyboard? Oh god, chaos. Alright. She's not letting me work. So we got fortnightly is the next one. So we'll just put it in NearBeach. We'll just go fortnightly. We've all got this. Let's say it goes on a Wednesday. And hey, the Bob that I know, how are you going? Yeah, I've had a good week. Lots of testing. I've been under the testing rock. So I have gone slightly crazy. Been doing a lot of testing for my 9 to 5. But it's been good. I've been finding issues, but luckily not too many issues. I've been finding some weird issues, which is what they want. Yeah. So hopefully, hopefully they'll be happy. Now I've got to do unit tests for all of these. The idea being is that the unit tests will actually pick up what we're scheduling. The last mile of the project can be really tough. Yes. So it's always that. Wait, where's there it is. It's always that 20-80% rule. So if we go over here, wait, come on. It's always that 20% to 80% rule. So 8 down. So 20% of the tasks contribute to do 80% of the work. 80% of polish. does 20% of the work. So yeah, you spend a lot of time polishing. I've been pulled in to help get a tool to GA, so I'm dealing with this at the moment. Yeah, no, it's pretty exciting. We've got a couple of demos for work. I can't talk too much about it. So yeah, it's been hands down really busy. I'm going to say project for this one, which has been great. But yeah, it's just been a lot of testing. All right, so I am going to go down. Stop it. She's been very naughty. She's looking at Max, being like, "You're in my bed." Yeah, I ran in the tests on the tool, and here's an OS and Go version dependent bug. Oh, yeah, that's the next thing I will actually be building up. Is hopefully I will be doing a lot more unit testing. We'll be doing other sort of testing and so forth like that, because we've just been focusing on building. It'll be nice to actually set it up properly. So X days till end of the month, but I'm excited. All right, so we set everything up. I'm gonna go, I don't know how to minimize. I know how to, oh, I just do that. Oh, I've been holding shift down. All right, cool, I've been doing something silly. All right, sorry about the bright white screen. I don't have another tool to do this. If anyone has a recommendation, I might use B Studio. Does that come on Ubuntu? Beekeeper. All right, download for Linux. I'll do this later. All right, we want site, and then we want NearBeach, and then database. So what we want is NearBeach scheduled object. So these are the scheduled objects that were just done. So how are we going to structure this in the way that when we run stuff, it runs? Like, for example, how are we going to, oh, Jesus. How are we going to do X days before? There's two ways. Well, let me just rephrase everything. All right, cool. There are two options I can see to get this run. Okay, so problem. I'm gonna have to unplug my keyboard for a minute. Problem. Two solutions. Okay. First, grab a list of all scheduled objects Then row by row, see if it meets any of the conditions. Pretty easy thing to do. Wait. App image is kind of like macOS DMG file. Okay, or Windows exe. Although I think DMG is more a direct comparison. Yeah, I haven't had to build anything for Windows for 10 years now. Which is great. All right, grab a list of all scheduled objects, then row by row, see if they meet. Or the second thing is for each condition, create the RM object to extract them. Then from the database. Which, if I were to do this, I would do the second one, by far. The reason being is I just don't want to go through every single list and stuff like that. The top one seems like it. The top one adds in quite a lot of work for the server, because a lot of the times it's literally just going through it, when we can filter out a lot of this, or should filter out a lot of this, if we've actually got it in here. But that being said, we haven't had a look at this. Like, we've got the frequency attribute in here, and we've got days of the week and stuff like that in here. I mean, it might not be as easily done. That could be a problem. So it might have to be the top one. And then the top one just goes through them and be like, all right, cool, you meet any of these conditions, done. We also got set day of the week and so forth like that. So we can split them up. Yeah, we've got all these different functions. We can definitely split them up in the code. And then loop through each one. I think we're going to have to do the top one. Just because we've got the frequency attributes for some of them. So set day of the week, weekly and fortnightly. Yep. And this one. Monthly though, start of the month and end of the month, no. Because we won't run these unless... Oh, well, we won't run the start of the month and end of the month unless it is quite literally those particular days. And that's quite easy to quickly calculate and so forth like that. As for monthly... we've got start date, don't we? Yeah, we've got start date. I think we can do something for this. Anyway, sorry, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to be turning on my Bluetooth. and hoping for the best. All right. Is my keycron popping up? You're updating your CV? Ah, cool. Yeah, I don't do this because I don't know why I don't do it. But yeah, you should keep updating your CV rather frequently. All right. One reason why I want to disconnect my keyboard, because Socks is there and it's easier just have it sitting on my lap. Hold function and F1. One, two, three, four. Yeah. I'm quite happy where I am with my job, which is probably why I haven't been bothered doing it. But even then, I should be sitting down being like, this is what my day-to-day is, and so forth like that. FN that. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, cool. Now we're cooking. Yep, sweet. And now I should... Yep. All right, cool. So I can put this on my lap. Giving Socks extra room on the desk. Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually really happy where I am. Okay, so some things I want to look up first. By days. All right. Cheers. Thank you very much, the Bob that I know. All right, filter for a date. Now, what I want to see if I can do a particular day. Possibly not. Like Socks. What are you eating? Edit after comments. Your does not work because it creates a datetime object. All right, cool. All right. So that looks like it's not plausible. And I've, of course, put this in a weird way, haven't I? Yeah. Let's Django ORM filter by day of week. Not day of week. For date. Day. For day. Filter for day. Filter date time by today. Min max, no. Oh, sorry. How do I filter query objects in a date range in Django? Django events occurring today. How to filter. Filter on the 10th day. All right, let's of the month. Not older. All right, let's do that. Django filter by this specific month and year in date range. No, we want date. Let's have a read of it at least. Oh. Year, month, departure date, greater than, equal than. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, all right. This one's going to be a long one. So set day of the week. It's going to have to loop through set days of the week. Weekly is going to have to loop through fortnightly, monthly. Start of the month, it's going to loop through it anyway, but it only runs if it is start of the month. End of the month only runs if it's the end of the month. All right, cool. Let's start getting everything up. So what we have, def run daily. Def run on day. So wait, we want to put this in a particular way. Set day of the week. Run weekly. Run fortnightly. Fortnightly, run monthly. Run start of the month. Run end of the month. Run, now this one, yeah, it's going to be, yeah, we're going to have to loop through it. X days before end of the month. All right, so that's complaining because we need a spare line. So that's it. And what we're doing is we're just splitting up all these functions into a particular way. What I want to do is I want to get rid of that. I want to actually state that run the functions in this particular order. So we'll have this dot run self dot run run set day of the week, run weekly, run fortnightly. Yes, I know. Run monthly, run start of the month, end of the month, X days before the end of the month. So yeah, it will have to run these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 functions, but that's fine. We can get this to run. We could I'm just tossing up whether or not we could run massive sort of function to pull out everything and then do something. No, I'm going to say let's just pull out, for each one of these, just pull out what we need. That way it's quick and easy. So here, what we need to do, actually, I'm going to leave this one first. I'm actually going to tackle the start and the end of the month first. So what we want to do is, that's just going to be simple, get all right. Today's date equals date. Aha, we need to import date. All right, so what we want to do, start of the month, very, very simple. Date, time, date. Oh, today. If we actually go over here, let's go Python 3, manage shell. And sorry, I am going to bring the chat over so I don't miss the chat, because I don't know how long we'll stay in the shell for. All right, so what we want is import datetime. So datetime.today, they'll equal that. So if we go a equals datetime.now, and if we go day, that will give us the date. Okay, cool. So if today is not the first, we will just leave. Okay, cool. If today's date dot day, because that's what we put in, day, does not equal does not equal 1, we just go. Because we're like, hey, we don't need to do this. Now, the end of the month one is going to be similar. So I did grab this the other day. So Python get end of the month. All right, so we need the year and the month. So we need import calendar. Like so. And what we want to do is import, I can't spell. What we want to do is, if we have a look here, calendar month range. And then, yeah, we just grab the end one. So b equals calendar.month range. We key in the year, so a.year and a.month. And if we go B, we see 5 and 30. And this is only 30 dates. So it's as simple as that. So what we want so we want something like this, easy. And then we want month date. We want the end month date, so we want calendar dot month range, and then we want today's date dot year, and then today's date dot month, and we want the first. Anyway, there is currently an ad break on. I am going to go to the bathroom very, very quickly. Here is Max. He is sleeping. I won't be long. I will be about 30 seconds. Or just until the ads are finished. I am back. Anyway, there's Max. Just give me 2 seconds. Alright, cool. Let's give Max a little. Yeah, there we go, buddy. And welcome back, everyone. All right. Didn't miss much. Cool. So we've got the end date month. So if today is not the end of the month, we will just leave. So if today's date dot day does not equal end month day, just return. Easy done. And that's as simple as that. We're going to do something similar with this particular one. So if all right, get the X days before end of the month. Actually, sorry, I'm just trying to think. We just need the end date, really. Yeah, we just need the end date. Get the end date. So today's date equals date time dot date dot today. Easy done. End month date equals calendar dot month range. Today's date dot year, and then today's date dot month, and then we just grab the last thing. We can have an escape condition out of this. If today's date is earlier than the 14th, just leave. Because if we have a look at this and we go to the X days end of the month, it's 14. So if the date's 24, if it's the 20, if it's February, the earliest it can be is the 14th. So anything earlier than the 14th is conditions that are not going to run. So we go if today's date is less than 14, just return. Simple as that. In fact, let's swap this around. There we go. That way we don't need to calculate this. Have you ever worked at a company that uses remote VMs as development environments? Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Most places. So, yeah. A good... You code with latency. Yes. There is a good reason why. So, for example, your operating system might not support the language you were developing on. And a good example of this is earlier versions of .NET. You might have legacy code and stuff like that, and it's cheaper to turn on a Windows VM than go out and buy a secondary laptop. There are also cases where, now I had this when I was working in South Korea and Thailand, where connecting to the database, so we were using Umbraco, spinning it up would take me 20 minutes to actually finally be able to debug and stuff like that, and that's not an acceptable amount of time for me to actually sit around twiddling my fingers and stuff like that. So we needed a VM that was closer to the database, and that cut that down to well under 10 minutes. So yeah, there are good reasons why sometimes you need a VM. And yeah, testing is also another good reason too. How do you maintain your mental health with that? I feel like coding with latency is just patience, really. Nowadays, I'm not writing as much as I'm reading and figuring stuff out. And I kind of think about, before I start to code in, I think about what I'm going to write and so forth like that. I've got extra things on top of that too. I've had slow computers. So a couple of years ago, on my old computer, which is behind me at the moment, you can't see it because Max is taking up the screen. I was typing and it would take a few seconds for it to finish the line and stuff like that. I'm quite used to that. When I was learning to code, I couldn't use an IDE because back then we had single core. And let's just say I bought a very cheap laptop. And yeah, I was using gedit. I can understand there are times it's really nice being able to hit a letter and it just appear and stuff like that. And yeah, sometimes the latency's bad, but other times it's not so as bad as you think. People used to have to wait days to get responses with phone cards. Yeah. Oh, fair enough. I'm not saying you're soft at all or anything like that, but yeah. I've grown up where compiling used to be a time sink. So yeah, this used to be very real for me. So yeah, it used to literally take 10-15 minutes to compile or something like that. It used to also take me 20 minutes to log into my computer. We are talking 15 years ago now, when I started at the university. Yeah. Yeah, it was C++. So C++ using the Qt framework. You know, the weird part, they shipped company laptops to my place, but I still needed to connect to a remote VM. Yeah. Yeah, that can be annoying. So, yeah. The good news for me, because we're slowly moving to the later versions of Umbraco and stuff like that, a lot of my stuff is getting off the VM now and onto my local. I did have Parallels running. However, when I updated my Visual Studio, that stopped working in Parallels, and I don't know why, and I needed something to work. So, yeah. Okay. So we've done that, and we've done that. Oh, today's date, day. Big mistake there. Yeah, I can see why some companies do it. Like, yeah, I do it because I have a Mac computer, and yeah, we essentially they just got me a Mac computer. However, a lot of .NET can easily be run on a Mac nowadays. So our later Umbraco builds, I can easily build so forth like that on my computer. There's some legacy code which I can't on my computer. My old tech lead used to quote the business owner he used to work for, this is capitalism, the only right you have is the right to fuck off your help. So if you're not happy, you can exercise that right. Yeah. Alright, so all of these devs are unhappy because I've got to have a space, right? No. Why are these ones unhappy? Make function from method. What did that do? No, I don't know what that did. Yeah, it's not like I can change the policy, so I just left. Fair enough. I've never worked at a tech job that required me to go into an office. Yeah, mine doesn't. I didn't go in this week whatsoever because it was like 1.4 degrees Celsius. And I am not riding in that cold. So, yeah. Yeah. Mine doesn't. But I do anyway, because I like the ride when it's not that cold. Okay, so we got this basic sort of command down pat. Let's start from... So we stated that all of these will need to loop through and meet certain conditions. And then we need to execute those conditions. Start and end of the month. We can get that data and start the loops for those. In fact, let's do those ones quickly. Because what we'll need is we'll need to have create object. So we'll pass through self, and we will create, we'll pass through the data row. All right, this is, this will be the scheduled object. And at the moment, we're just going to return. So up here, I need to, from NearBeach.models, import scheduled object. We also need from NearBeach models, I don't need to write this line again, we'll need the template, object template. Cool. The nearest office to me is 2 hours away by train. Oof. Yeah, no. I once had to go 2 hours in, 2 hours out via train and public transport and all that kind of stuff. It drains you, especially if you're doing it 5 days a week. Absolutely will drain you. There's nothing you can do. You don't have your own space and stuff like that. See, I don't mind doing an hour 45 to an 2 hour ride because at least I'm exercising. I'm doing something. But I'm not doing that 5 days a week because I will need a new bike seat. My bike seat is way too narrow for me. I'm a large human being. Should not be able to sit on a bike seat like that. All right, so run start of the month. If it's the start of the month, we want to get data and process. So here we need is deleted equals false, and what we need is frequency. I think that's start of the month. Oh no, it's just like that. Yeah, we kept these friendly named, just so that anyone reading the database and stuff like that can be like, oh, cool. I tell a lie. My first job, I had to go into the office once a month or so for sprint demos and stuff. That was a long train ride, but it was quite fun looking back on it. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, well, it's something different. Every now and then it's nice. Like if I had to ride in 5 days a week, I would be like over it pretty quickly. However, working 5 days at home this week, I'm like, oh, I'm over it. I need that every second day, that break up, just to be like, okay, cool, this is something fresh. So yeah. At my current job, I've never met most of the people I work with. Oh, fair enough. All right, we need start date to be greater than today's, less than today's date, less than or equal to. So start date is less than or equal to today's date. So we're just going to put in today's date. That's perfectly fine. And the end date, if there is an end date. Oh, this is a question. What if it's null? All right, let's do that really quickly. So I've got A, which is today's date. So import from NearBeach. Models import everything. Screw it. Socks, are you licking my teapot? What was it doing? Scheduled object. Filter end date is less than or equal to today's date, which is A. And then if we do greater than or equal, all right, that's going to kill everything. So we need to add in an or condition in here. So to do that, we're using queues. All right. So from Django dot database dot models dot I forgot where it is. It is there. Sweet. So queue and then we've got an or, two ors here. So either the end date is greater than or equal to today's date, or end date is null equals true. So yeah, we just need that little thing in there. Kinda didn't want it, but oh well. Sorry, my phone is going off like there is no tomorrow. Sorry, it's just my partner. And good evening, Aiden. How are you going tonight? Okay, so we want scheduled results equals this. I think those are all the conditions we need for this. So the start of the month is deleted. Oh, we need is active 2 in there. So that's easy. Good. You're doing well. That is great to hear. Oh, now that I've got some free desk space, I can pour myself a cup of tea. All right. We have the very elusive Max with us today. Well, that tea's gone a bit cold. That's a pity. And we got the frequency, date modifier, change date, end date, next scheduled run. And I think I'm not doing anything with the next schedule run at the moment. I think I don't need it. I like to keep it in there because it's nice to actually have it in the database, and I think we can do something with it. So yeah. All right. Hey, Max, you're like, yeah. All right, so going in here, the scheduled results, we're all happy with that. That's just going to get everything that will be in those particular conditions, which we can run. Now we just need to do a loop where we just loop through all of them. I mean, we could just send all of them up into here and create object and just run it through a loop up here. I think that's going to be better. Unexpected. Am I doing something wrong here? Possibly. Let's have a look at, let's read the docs. So in the docs where we don't actually have anything else coming through. If we've got command, add argument, handler. All right, no problem. Let's play around with this. Just going to refresh that page. Yep, cool. The ad's popping up now. All right. More actions. Rename argument. Install requirements. All right, let's. Yeah, but I'm trying to call this. If I... No, it still wants self in there. Which is annoying. All right, that's fixed it. Cool. So what I've done is I've gone up here, I've put in scheduled objects again, and I've just done that. So what we're doing is loop through the scheduled objects and create them. So what we want to do is for each, scheduled object in scheduled objects, what we want to do is then to create them and then just return. Pretty stock simple sort of thing. So what will actually happen is inside the database, we have an object template ID. And then what we want to do is, if we actually look at the object template ID, in here, we've got this lovely little bit of JSON. What I'm going to do, I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go over here and go JSON pretty. I'm going to then paste it here. Realize that you guys can't actually see that. Sometimes it's... There we go. Paste it in here. There we go. Gonna zoom in for you. So with this, what we've actually got is we've easily got the object type, object title, description, organization, and so forth like that. So we have a one-to-one for creating this. That won't be hard to actually implement. I think we find out what the object is and we send it off to the correct place to actually distinguish which of these particular fields are going to be what. It should be relatively easy to do. I think we just need a dictionary in there, which should not be hard to create. So we've done something like this before, and I'm trying to remember where we've done it. So what actually happens is we'll have a simple dictionary where we've got task, and inside the task we'll have, like, let's say object title, and it'll be like, all right, cool, this is the task description or task short description. And this is what we do elsewhere. So the idea being is we're like, all right, cool, it's a task. We go through a simple sort of loop, be like, all right, cool, we want this field and we want to key it out here. Very easy to do. We don't need any if statements or anything like that. And it'll be extremely quick. But we'll come back to creating that in a minute. Create objects may be static. All right. Oh, let's put it up there. I'm just going to keep it there for the moment. And we've hit an ad break. So, welcome. Here we have Max right here. He's currently sleeping. Oh, wait, sorry. I didn't mean to wake you, buddy. You can go back to sleep. Yes. Go to sleep. He's got his little severed leg here. Look. It's what happens when you don't give him a treat. Alright? Okay, there you go, buddy. Yep, he's just going to go back to sleep. Hopefully everyone's going well tonight. So, I thought that was a good joke. I bought these for Toby Tripod back when I had a 3-legged cat, which I found absolutely hilarious. So, yeah. Okay. Sleepy cat, yeah. He's been running around for a little bit. I think he's just a bit sleepy now. I'm going to turn down the heater slightly. I'll leave that one on. Just because it is 20 degrees in here. I mean, that's okay. Alright, and welcome back everyone. Let's jump back into it. So, we're going to come back to the create object because we want to actually do these other things first. So, we've got run start of the month, we've got the scheduled objects and so forth like that. Essentially, this is going to be the same. Yeah, this is going to be the same for the end of the month. So 48 to 65. I am just going to go 20. I'm going to paste that after that, knowing that I need to get rid of those. Oops. Right now it's 21 degrees Celsius. That is lovely there. It is. Let's see what the Melbourne weather is like. 10 degrees Celsius outside. So it's 10 degrees Celsius everywhere in my house at the moment. And Sox is probably out there sleeping. And she's like, oh yeah, this is the life. She loves the cold weather. I'll have the heater on in here. She won't actually stay in here. Which is sad. So, scheduled objects, scheduled filter objects. So, start date. Yep, that's... So we want end of the month for this particular one. Start date is less than or equal to today's date, and the end month is greater or equal. Yep, cool. My kitten is laying in the grass outside in a hunting position. I have my air purifier on, kind of hoping it removes hay fever. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, do you guys get the... What are the trees in Melbourne? Melbourne city trees. No. Planes. Yeah, it's these. Oops. Been working on a Mac all day. So we've got a bunch of London plane trees here, and they're the only tree that will cause me to have anything like that. It was just, yeah. Considering now I'm not working in the middle of the CBD or anything like that, I'm working outside. It's not so bad during spring, but I remember in spring, it just being horrible. I have super bad hay fever. Ah, damn. Yeah, that's the only tree that makes me have it. Don't forget to drop everyone. I'm going to do old Toby Tripod because we talked about the severed leg. Alright, so this is the same sort of query except end of the month. Pretty much everything's the same. Yeah, that's all we need to do. And I'm just making sure. Do I not need the self? Okay, I don't need the self. Self is assumed. My parents live in the middle of nowhere with a ton of fields everywhere. Alright, yeah. Yep. Hey, Socks, we were just talking about you. You just grabbed my butt, didn't you? So it's really bad. Yeah, no, I understand. That's what I like about gum trees. No, actually, no. Maybe they are bad. That's right. Rare because they release a little airborne pollen. Alright, that's probably what I was... Okay. Cool. There you go, I learned something. Alright. When cash flow gets better, I'm going to consider moving to the city where my uni is to avoid the pollen. Fair enough. But... Hang on. You also have these bloody bastards too in London. Oh, do you have them in London, or do we just call them London plane trees? All right, this is the question. You have no clue? All right. Don't live in London. All right. So, first, wait, I've got to untick Australia, don't I? I don't have Australia ticked. Okay, let's find this out. Okay, let's untick Australia. Okay. Oh. Trees in London. Oh, I think you do. Oh, there it is. I think so. All right, let's double check this. London plane trees. Well, maybe not. Probably not. Different name. Oh no, hang on. Hang on. Alright, good luck. Yeah, it's these little things. They let off so much pollen. It's the only tree that gives me any sort of hay fever conditions. Like the absolutely scratchy throat, runny nose. I just need to sneeze all the time. But the instant I go into air-conditioned places where they filter it out and stuff like that, when I was working at the university, perfectly fine. Alright, let's get back into this. We've gone on a rant about those trees. Alright, so run X days. Oh, alright. Now I see why we don't want to do the loop. Okay, I've made an assumption. I realize that the other ones we can't loop. So we're going to go change that to object and change that to object. Then we're going to go down here and just go for scheduled object in scheduled objects. And then it'll be self.create object scheduled object equals scheduled object. Create the objects. All right, cool. Easy done. We made a simple mistake. That's easy fixed. We just go bang. Cool. That's finished. So, down here, run X days before the end of the month. What we need is that's 74, so I think that's 15 to yank those. Is we need to paste this, get the data and process. So loop through the data and see if the conditions are met. It's as simple as that. So what we're doing is we get all the objects. We don't need end of the month. We need X days end of the month. So we go over here. We go and not that one. We click on this and we go socks. What's the matter? And we go into our scheduled objects. We go on this. We go copy. We then select all of this. We right hand click and we hit paste. The city uni is in one of the UK's greenest cities, apparently. Ooh, that is actually really nice. That's the one thing which I liked about Melbourne, is that there's a couple of parks and stuff here and there, which made it feel really nice, not gonna lie. Alright, so scheduled object, X days before the end of the month. Alright, so those conditions will stay the same. Parks are super, yes, definitely. Especially when you just need to get up and walk. Just walking through something green and stuff like that, seriously, just, it puts my mind in a good place. Alright, ooh, my bitrate says it's terrible. Let's... drop frame, 0%. Alright, cool, nothing. Twitch is just going mental. Alright. Aw, sweetie. So, what we need here. Stream seems good. Alright, cool. Yeah, it's just one of the widgets on Twitch. It's all in red. But it looks like it hasn't moved in a bit, so I think it's frozen. Stream fine on here. Alright, sweet. Thanks, guys. Alright, so we've got scheduled objects. So it's going to pull everything out with X days end of the month. What we're going to do is we are... Now, we've got end of the month. Okay, we're going to have to loop through and see all those conditions. So for scheduled object in scheduled objects, what we're doing is let's draw this out. So the date we have, end of the month. Let's say that's 31st. We've got today's date. Let's say that's the 21st. And then we've got X days. Let's say that's 5. I should do something like this. So what we've got to do is... We've got an if condition. If today's date equals end of the month minus X days. Then we process it. And we'll be happy then. So, if today's date Actually, we can do this in filters then. No, we can't do this in filters because we've got days before. So yeah, we need to extract that information out. So we've got it in JSON here. What we need is Django JSON field. JSON field. All right, so class JSON field, we're extracting everything out. What's up? I need to know how to how to do JSON fields. I don't think I've actually played around too much with the JSON field. So essentially, I've got a JSON field. We've got days before in it and stuff like that. What I want to do is be like, all right, cool. Let's find the value in there. So let's just get the schedule object ID is 7. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go C equals scheduled object.objects.get pk equals 7. So we should see C dot, and this is going to be called frequency attribute. And it should come through like that. I'm just wondering how I can manipulate that data. Is it really that simple? It's just that simple. All right. Oh, in this sort of case, we're going to loop through because those days before will be different. But yeah, it should be this for all the X day month before. It's going to have that sort of structure. Sorry, I should move that over so you can actually see it properly. Yep. So whereas fortnight will have that structure, weekly will have that structure, and Saturday days of the week will have that structure. So yeah, I think it's literally just going to be that easy. It's just that. All right, this is days before equals scheduled object dot frequency attribute days before. I might be able to do that in the SQL. I won't know what the days before. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, we can easily get that because we've got this formula. So I really should just draw this out properly. If today's date equals end of the month date minus the X days. So if we shift all this around, what we've got is X days will equal end of the month data minus today's date. So a good example would be the one before. We had 31 minus 21, so 10 days. So if we can do this in the SQL, I'm going to heavily say yes, let's do that. Because that's less data we're crunching. But I don't know how. Okay, cool. But we can play around with it. So we got this. So schedule objects filter. And then we've got frequency attribute days before, I'm just guessing, equals 5. No. All right. Let's look it up. Django JSON field query. How to write a query to get a value in a JSON field in Django. Now, the other thing I've got to worry about is I do know if this gets really large, this does become a problem. But we are keeping it small enough that this can be processed really quickly. Like extremely quickly. Okay, cool. So from JSON field, import JSON field, class model JSON field. All right, sweet. User object JSON field contains username. Ah, okay. Is it SQL-like database or MySQL or Postgres? Good question. It can be either any one of those. So at the moment for my local, it'll be SQL-like. I personally host NearBeach using a MySQL. However, I will support MariaDB or Postgres easily. And the reason being is Django supports them. So if you go into Django database support, you'll see they do Postgres, MariaDB, MySQL, Oracle, and SQLite, and I'm happy to support all of those. I do know I've got a test on Oracle one day, and I do know that there is a free license for the database under certain conditions, and I think I meet that. I think they've got like a Docker container which I can use. So JSON field under contains. All right, sweet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try that. I'm going to delete all of this. Attribute under contains. Then we do an equals, and then we just open up this, and then we got days before, and we just key in 5. Damn. All right. Contains lookup not supported on this database backend. You know, you can query Postgres JSON B field when using SQL Academy, which is why I was asking. Yeah. I think we can't do it. Contains lookup is not supported on this database backend. Damn. All right. And I do want to support SQLite, because there could be people who are developing on this or could be using SQLite. They might have a small database. Sorry, my mum's just texted me. I've got to answer this. And don't forget to drop everyone. Okay, shocked. So, yes, it can be done, but not for SQLite. So, damn. Oh well. At least we know how to do it for other databases. That's fine. In this sort of case, we can easily extract the data out here, and I'm going to put a note being like JSON field I'm just gonna go, we have to do this instead of querying the database because SQLite does not support it. All right, cool. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. So what we want here is we've got days before. So if days before matches, looks like you can do field to query a subfield. Oh, all right. If that's the case, let's try it. All right, that works. That works 100%. That is going to save us all of that. And then all we need to do now is self.create object where scheduled object equals scheduled object. And up here, what we have is a simple frequency days. What do we have? Days before a frequency attribute. And then what we have up here is end month date minus. Actually, we can calculate this here. We can just do that. Makes it a lot easier. Like so, and do that. All right. I like that. That way it keeps it everything in the SQL. Okay, so this one should be done now, the days before. What we want to do is I'm 45. So Y20. All right, we want to do this on set day of the week. We need that other bit of data, don't we? All right, so I'm going to go t equals date time dot date time dot date, or today. What is it? We've got a set there. A. Now we've got the day, but can we get the day? Because in the database, what we've got is Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday and stuff like that. We've got an array in there. Yes. Oh, all right. Python, get the day text, day of the week. Okay. Import date. Import date. Calendar day name. Oh, my date, weekday. Am I... Oh. Silly me. There you go. And then I just do lower. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I added progress. Yes, it is. I am terribly sorry. I was getting distracted. I didn't see that pop up. Okay, cool. Okay. Alright, sorry, I'm just getting distracted. I'm trying to organize stuff for tomorrow. I do apologize. Alright. Cool. Anyway, welcome back everyone. Let's just get back into it. So we can get the day very easily by doing that. And then we just got to filter for it. We do have to, I think we have to lowercase it. It might be best just to do that. So we've got today's date, and then today's day will equal calendar.day name, which is this, and then we go today's date dot week day and dot lower. All right, like so. That should work wonders. And then I'm doing that in the wrong spot. That's meant to be down here. Get today's date and day of the week. For day of the week, you could have, you could do bit mask. Ooh, but do I know how? Ooh, I did copy paste wrong. All right, this is just... Yeah, I think this will work for me for the moment. I look at that and I'm like, yeah, I've got to learn things. Yeah, I'll grab that. And then, yeah, it would be a pain for querying. So essentially all we need to do is, let's see if we can copy what we did before. We got days of the week. So this would be essentially frequency attribute under days of the week contains today's day. And I don't think that will work. So if we go over here and we just go today's day equals, let's say Tuesday, because we're going to lower it and stuff like that. Then what we want is scheduled object.objects.filter. We've got frequency attribute under days of the week contains, and I think this is gonna, yeah, it's gonna have that issue again. Could be 7 bits of each day of the week. One if is active or not. Would be space efficient, but querying would be a pain. Yeah, in this sort of case, I'm leaning on making sure that people can query this. I'm setting this up so that if anyone builds any plugins or anything like that, these are free text and so forth like that. And that way they can figure out, be like, all right, cool. It's meant to look like this and so forth like that. All right, so that won't work. Not a problem. Because what we could do, could make day of the week an object. Don't know. And has my music stopped? No, it's still playing. I'm probably just going to go with the easiest option at the moment. So what I'll do is, in the loop, I can check that particular field and do something like attribute underscore day of the week. Oh, okay. Let's test it. I'm going to use Tuesday because I think Tuesday's picked. Yeah, that was my bad. All right. Yeah, Tuesday is there. All right. You think day of the week would have to be an object? As in, you're trying to say store it as an object in here? I mean, I could do that. I've just picked an array because what I could potentially do is just filter for it in here. Yeah, I gotcha. I gotcha. But then I've got to do the same sort of thing on these ones too. Oh no, I don't. No, they'll be fine. I can do an equals on these ones. That won't be a problem. Yeah, and this is only because the SQLite doesn't work with the contains. Yeah, give me a couple of seconds to think about this. I'll tell you what, I'll come back to this. Because yeah, I'll come back to it because I need to think if I need to rewrite this. How it generates this. Yeah. As for the run weekly, that's going to be easy. Oh yeah, I unplugged my keyboard so I can do this. Sucks. Suffer. Alright, so I need to yank, I think, the 20 lines. Yeah, it'll definitely be easy to turn that list into an object, but I don't mind looping through that list. These lists won't actually be that large. And if someone's got a really large list, they've got a lot of schedules on. I don't foresee someone doing over 50 easily. They would have to be extremely large to do over 50 scheduled tasks and stuff like that. All right, so today's date equals datetime.date.get today. That's easy. So run weekly, and then what we had is today's day. I forgot how we had it. Day of the week equals calendar dot. What was it? Day name. I've absolutely forgotten how I did this now. I think that's it. Calendar day name. Calendar day name. Yep. Alright, yep, I did that. Alright, cool. So over here with this, we got the frequency attribute. And then if we have a look at the data, we've got day of the week. And this is just going to be day of the week. I know I've just spelled it wrong up here. All right, cool. That should be it. Apart from the fact that we're scheduled. Oh yeah, we're looping through it and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's perfectly fine. Run at the start of the month. This is run weekly. Oh, run fortnightly. So weekly is pretty easy. It just picks that week and we just run it. Fortnightly, I think this is where we want the next scheduled run to be. No. All right, cool. Sorry, I was just thinking, should we always update the next scheduled run? But the one problem is, if we miss that one particular date, it could cause headaches and pains, and we don't want that. We actually want this to be live. So it always calculates this correctly and not pre-calculates it. And the reason being is if we miss it, and we pre-calculate something, then we miss updating that pre-calculation. Yep. All right. I need to think about this thing. Because we had next scheduled run. We've got last run. All right, that's how I'm going to do this. So for the fortnight, we're using the same logic as weekly, except we're adding in the last run is with a delta X amount of days ago. So I essentially, so 35 to 60. All right. So today's date, day of the week, last run equals today's date dot, and this is where we take off 2 weeks. And this is every single time I think about this, I keep forgetting about Python times. If you just want to simplify it, this could be pre-calculated and then next run date query for that. Yeah, I think that was the original plan. However, I've sort of stepped off it because the one problem is if we miss that particular scheduled date due to something gone wrong, we then have to program in the ability to recalculate it and all that kind of stuff, and that's adding in more complexity. Whereas if we just have this, it's not too complicated. These queries are not complicated at all, and we're not extending outside of this table. We're not doing a lot of conditions and so forth like that. So I think it's rather valid to do it like this. If we were doing something ultra complicated and stuff like that, knowing that it's going to take X amount of seconds, it's going to take like minutes to run and all that kind of stuff, then yeah, I would definitely be optimizing it and definitely be pre-calculating it and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, in this sort of case, I don't think it needs it. All right. How to find a date and days ago. Yep, time delta. That's just using date time. Yep. So we should have -14. I'm gonna check that out. So date time dot time delta days -14. Yeah, sorry, I keep hitting the wrong keys then. It's not showing me. Oh. I'll just do this. That should be it. All right, cool. You could have another command which grabs all the active ones and then does pre-calculation using the same function as you use normally, but force them through. Yeah, I could. That way, for some reason, if it gets missed, you just force it as a recovery. But yeah. I mean, that is definitely can be done. Yeah, but I'm afraid that it's also one of those things where if people miss one day and then they're having to run those just to get everything back on track and stuff like that, it can cause more problems. So, yeah. However, that being said, having that field in there is going to be useful for those who are reading the database and so forth like that. So for those who want to sort of read it and be like, all right, cool. These are the next scheduled tasks over the next 5 days or something like that. Let's say someone creates a dashboard to prepare people or something like that. That will be very useful for them. So, yeah. All right, in here, we've then got to go last run is greater than last run. Now, I think it's greater than, I don't know if it's greater than or equals to, yeah, greater than or equals will be fine. Because this is going to be 14 days. We don't need to worry about any overlap or anything like that. And that's run fortnightly. That's pretty easy. Run monthly. That's going to be pretty easy too. So I'm going to, once again, yank the next 26 lines. I'm going to paste this in. So we've got today's date. Once again, we're happy with that. Day of the week, we won't need that. We won't need that. And this is where So if we go to the database, so we've got the start date. So this is run monthly. We've got the start date. And what we want to do is we want to go, all right, cool. On the start date, we need it to run on the 17th of every month. The idea being is in specific cases where, let's say you use the 31st on months where the 30th date is hit, it doesn't run it because you've got the end of the month feature and you've got the X days before end of the month feature to get around that. So what we want to do is we want to get the start date but the day itself out. And I don't know if that's plausible. So if we've got scheduled object, .objects, .filter, we've got the start date. I don't think there's this functionality. Is there no start date? I thought there was start date. Yeah, it's start date. Oh, I think it's having a problem. All right, change object, date created, date modified, end date. Object, run, scheduled object, start date. Yeah, there is a start date there, but yeah, it's just... And hello, Wojak Trading. How are you going? Hopefully you're going well. Welcome, welcome. I do hope you are enjoying my content. Do you know a Discord server or place where I could get some help on some plugin for my WordPress website? I'm hard stuck. Yeah, I do a bit of WordPress, but it depends what you need done in WordPress. I am no expert. And don't forget to drop everyone. Yeah, for me, with my WordPress, all I'm doing is I'm using the Sage WordPress theme template. So it creates the template, start a theme template, and yeah, I work with it. Which reminds me, has my new site been... All right, cool. My DNS has propagated. All right, cool. Does the plugin not have a support channel? Or I'm assuming Wokjak is building a plugin. Which... I did build a silly plugin a while ago. And... yeah, don't touch the WordPress core. Yep, don't ever touch it. This means you don't edit the core WordPress files function to add functionality to your website. Yeah. Is a single like the Hello Dolly. I mean, what did I do? I did something with React and so forth like that. And I think I was just playing around with it. Doing certain image sizes and aspect ratios and stuff like that. Well, the plugin doesn't directly offer what I want to do, and I'm already contacted the support, but no response. All right, cool. It depends what. There's a lot of different types of plugins. So, for example, you've got advanced custom fields, which add field functionalities very similar to Embraco into WordPress. You've got image compression plugins and stuff like that. I'll probably need a little bit more information. All right, so I've done the Delta days and stuff like that. So we're happy with that. So run monthly. Ooh, this is going to be a bug. It's meant to be fortnightly. This has got to be weekly. All right. This is run monthly, so this is just monthly. Yep. That would have been embarrassing when those schedules wouldn't have worked. Okay. And that won't work either. Okay. I think in this sort of case, I'm going to have to loop through. But that's perfectly fine. Check to make sure the monthly day matches our today's day. So what we want is we've got start date equals the scheduled object dot start date. We can do this in one line. If the scheduled object dot start date dot day equals today's date dot day, they match, and we just run it. All right, I think that's easy. Yeah. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry. All right. All right. It's this plugin, and I want to use one of the fields to be a submit link, and that when I click on the post submitted by the user, it directly goes to the URL the user submitted. Hang on, I'm just trying to. User submitted post payment support. All right. The user submitted post payment add-on lets you charge users for front-end post submissions, supporting PayPal, Stripe, and 100 other gateways through WooCommerce or EG Digital Downloads. Now, I'm assuming, do you have either WooCommerce or Easy Digital Downloads there? So WooCommerce is an e-commerce plugin. So it's where you can buy stuff. Yeah, this adds in functionality onto WordPress and turns it into a store. Do they have a demo? Because yeah, we use this a bit. Yeah, this is a free plugin. All right, cool. It's a plugin that I want. I added Helios Ray through WooCommerce. It's for cryptocurrency payments. All right, cool. There's a plugin that I want that one field be a submit link, and that when I click on the post submitted by the user, it will directly go to the user's, go to the URL the user submitted. Okay. I haven't used this before. So I'm assuming, let's say it's an article. Where are they posting this URL? I don't have the latest. I tell you what, I'm going to, whilst we're on ads, I'm going to log into my new WordPress account and we can quickly do this. Give me a couple of seconds. Sorry, I haven't actually, I've got a temporary password. Shit. I don't know if that is that or that. All right, I don't have access to a WordPress environment just yet. Oh, piss. Sorry, excuse me my French. All right. Anyway, welcome back, everyone. Yes, it's a paid plugin. If you want, I can give you. No. Don't ever give anyone access. Ever. That's a security issue. All right. Do I have my local? Can I get my local up and running? I think I've got a local version of WordPress up. But I need to start it, for starters. I think I started it on that. Could not. All right, there you go. Oh, that's fine. I'm not worried about that at all because I just want to get it into the back end. Oh, you're really kidding me? Run Composer install. And I'm hoping I remember my password. That's looking like it's going to time out. I'm just having a quick think. Kill that terminal. All right, cool. PHP server localhost 8000. Everything likes to crash around me. We don't want to. We just want admin. Oh, why isn't this working now? All right, sorry, I don't have access to a WordPress environment I can show the backend to. I thought I could get to this local one. My guess is when you got the new articles, what you could potentially do is look at advanced custom fields And then for one of those, put a field on this particular article or on the articles, and you can key the URL in there. So my assumption is when the user goes to these articles, what you want to do is there's one of two things you can do. Oh, I don't know if how to redirect. You can probably use PHP to redirect to another page, but I don't think. Yeah, you could use PHP to redirect to it. Okay, cool. So instructions. One, get value from advanced custom fields. This is two. So we've got two options for two. PHP, redirect, or pass it into some JavaScript that will be rendered onto the page and JavaScript redirect. And just have on the article page, if you're doing the second one with the JavaScript redirect on the page, have a little notice saying redirecting. That's how I would do it. I'm assuming that these redirects will redirect away from the site. It is not best practice to use JavaScript to open up another tab. So it'll, there are ways to do it, like so. But you've got a lot of browsers like Firefox and Chrome and stuff like that that, due to the ads of the late 90s and early noughties and stuff like that, they have heavily cracked down on stuff like that. Which, you know, used to affect quite a lot of login processes and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how I would do it. So advanced custom field, have a field on the article page, make sure it's a URL. When the page is rendering out, or the article is rendering out, you could either render in some JavaScript, which is just as, trust me, not a rickroll, I swear.com has some. So if we view page source, this renders out, and what it does is we've got a simple script here. Oh no, that's the G tag. Ignore that script. Where's the script? Oh, here's the script. I don't remember this script. It's a simple script. Ah, it's this script here. Okay, so you can render this script out very easily. You can get PHP to paste in the link into there, and this is pretty much it. So window on load, it's an arrow function, set timeout, once again another arrow function, because we love our arrow functions within arrow functions, and then we just got window location.href. If you need it to open up in a new tab, which is not recommended, you would do something else. So yeah, that's what we do, and essentially this is where it takes you. So yeah, for your reference, there's the link. Cool. Anyway, let's get back into this. So we got run monthly, we're running monthly, and then we just check the days and stuff like that, and that should be fine. That one we're done. That one we're done. I am right on the set day of the week. I'm probably going to do that. I'm going to go the easy way at the moment. I just don't want to restructure anything at the moment. And then what we want to do is we don't need that. That's okay. So today's day is that. So what we do, scheduled objects, we're going to go for scheduled object in scheduled objects. What we wanted to do, check to make sure our day is within the scheduled object. So we've got a particular day. So if we go if scheduled object dot frequency attributes, and then that will be as simple as, where is our database? Hello? There. Days of the week. Dot contains. Oh, this is where I need to go back into our Python stuff. All right, so let's say we've got E equals sun mon. E dot contains. Oops. Yeah, I thought so. It would be sun in E. The joys of knowing multiple languages, you always get confused how other languages are structured all the time. So today's day in, and then we just schedule that. If it is, then boom, we go self dot create object, and then we go scheduled object equals scheduled object, and we're happy with that. I think nocturnal, I think that's just going to be the easiest sort of way. I don't feel like restructuring how this is set. I know having an object in here will make it really super easy and stuff like that, but I think we're just adding in 2 lines of code. And I know it's going to loop through everything, and the database will be a lot quicker than doing it here and all that kind of stuff. But yeah. All right. So now we've got the create object. This is where we're going to need a dictionary. Lovely, good old dictionary. I am double checking. I'm trying to remember where I put one. Don't forget to drop, everyone. All right. I want views. I think I added onto scheduler. No, I didn't. Yeah, I had something like similar to that. Let's have a look at our models. Yeah, I had it when I needed to convert stuff. All right. Object data. Yeah, it's just going to be like that, really. We definitely need the lookup functions and so forth like that. . Oh, I've absolutely and utterly forgot where I put it. And I'm just wondering if I could use the... That's why I'm looking it up, is because if I can use it, it saves me having to recreate it. Yes, socks. Yes. Come on. Okay. Object lookup, object, yep. No, it's none of that. It's none of that. Was it the public views? No, it's not that. No problem. We can create our own dict in here. Sorry, socks, but I need... So we'll have a... we call it object dict. If memory serves me correctly, we want something like that. And then we want task. And then we want object. And that's actually going to be task. So first off, we don't want it in here. We want it in the... I want to close that. We want it in the run scheduler. Like so. Cool. So first off, we want task. And then we want object. And then up here, we're just going to go task and project. Because those are the only two things we're pulling through. So this will be task. And then from here, what we need to do is we need to kind of copy the... so we've got the object type. We want the object title. And that's going to be the task short description. Then we want object description. That's going to be task description. And so forth like that. So we're stakeholder organization. In fact, what we could do is we can go grab our models. Like so. We've got task long description. If I ever rename these, I'm going to simplify this. We've got organization. That's going to be a 1-to-1. Task start date, so object. In fact, I'll tell you what I can do. It's just going to be easier just to... like so. Object end date, task end date. Having a look here, object group lists. Ooh, which would be something different. Because it doesn't get mapped straight onto here, it gets connected to groups elsewhere. So yeah, the only fields we need to worry about is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, cool. So object is going to be project. And then object title and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to yank those 5 lines. I'm going to have to double check this. project name. And then project start date, project end date. All right, cool. So what's actually going to happen is for each of these particular fields, we're like, all right, cool. If it's a task, it'll look it up from here, and then it'll insert it in the correct spot and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll have to figure this out. I think it's just going to be a simple for loop, maybe. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just drawing a little bit of a blank at how I want to do this. But it is plausible. Okay, and I'm getting distracted with the cube. Okay, all right. I'm really getting distracted with the cube at the moment. All right. So, going here with the create object, we've got the scheduled object. So the scheduled object itself will be this one little row. From the scheduled object, all we really need is this object template ID. From that, we actually grab the template of the object. So if we actually go into object template, we have this. Now we've got the type being either task or project. And then in here, we've got all the information we need to build said object without a problem. Oh, sorry. All right. So in create object, oh, I'm gonna have to unplug this. I need to look at my keyboard, sweetie. Oh, actually, sorry, socks is in the way. I'm not calling you guys sweetie. All right, so we want to create an object. We want to find out what object we're creating. So an easy thing to do is let's actually copy this. And let's paste it into here. And let's say we've got a OT equals object dict where we're looking at task. So OT will be like this. And then in OT, what we could actually look up is we can get to the object itself, like task, like that, and go and create one. Like so. That's going to be really easy to do. So if we escape out of that, what we need to do is get the template. So we'll have template equals scheduled object dot object template ID. Oh, actually, we need to get it directly. So object template dot objects dot get. So I'm just going to go object template ID equals scheduled objects dot object template ID, like that. I mean, in reality, we could just call this object ID and all that kind of stuff. I'm just doing it like this purposely. From here, get the correct dictionary. So we've got object dict equals object dict, and what we'll have is the template. Oh, this is stored as integers. All right, hang on. So let's get the first one. So let's go A equals object template. We need to import it. Oh wait, we already have A equals object template dot objects dot get pk equals 1. All right, so we should have that. And then if we go A dot, what is the field called? Object template type. Damn. We could probably have something that will convert it. Socks just sit in the bed. Yeah, object template type. I mean, we could call that and then do that. We did this not that long ago. Yeah, what did we do? All right, let's actually have a look at what we did. I do believe we did it on the object scheduler. Because I'm wondering, yeah, object template type. Look up choice from key. All right, look up choice from key. Choices would be object template type. And I'm just going to put a 1 in there. That's a task. If I put in a 2, it gives us nothing. All right, that's what we need. We've got the function, we're going to reuse this function, and this is part of internal function. So we can go over here, not in here. We can go into run scheduler. We can go from NearBeach.views.tools.internal functions, import, look up that from key. All right, so from here, we can then go look up choices from key. We also need to import from the models the, what is it? I just had it in the top of my head. What did we call it? Object template type. So down here, this is going to be easier if we start breaking this down up like this. Object template type. Oh, we've got ads. They're running really early, those ads. I do apologize. I didn't see them to hit choice is key. I didn't see them in time. I'm terribly sorry. I'm just going to quickly do this template dot, and this will be objects template ID. All right, so that will give us the correct dictionary. And anyway, let's bump back on to the ad time. So yeah, we got Max here. He's currently snoring like there's no tomorrow. I don't know if you guys can actually hear him. He's opened up his eyes. He's like, well, yeah. All right, you want your belly rubbed? Not really. There we go. Who's got a belly rub? You do. Oh, he's doing his little stretching. Oh. Anyway, welcome back, everyone. All right. Let's jump straight back into it. So, we've now got this. We can now access the object. So, get the object, get the correct dictionary, set up the new template. So, submit object equals object dictionary dot object, and do something like that. However, what we want is we want to set up the basic sort of variables in here. We need creation user. Because if we actually look at the models and stuff like that and go into task, down here, we've got down. Wrong one. There we go. Down the bottom, we've got creation user. Sorry, I've done the wrong thing. Should be like that. Dot use. Oh. We don't have the creation user. And welcome back. All right, quick question, Nocturnal. If a scheduled task was to be created, did you want it created from the system administration, like user number 1, or should we create it from the user who created the scheduled task? I'm leaning on the latter. It's probably just have as a system. Yeah, okay. Yep. That makes sense. So what we want is we want user. We now need to import this table. Oh, we've got to do this a different way, don't we? We've got to do it through user model. And hello, Midnight Stormy. How are you? Or Storms. Sorry, Midnight Storms. You can English. All right, if we have it from, I've got to check something. Under authentication views, what we've got is user equals get user model. All right, we've got to actually implement it like this. This is, And we need to import get user model. Which is part of this. All right. What made you decide to create project management system? Like, what problem are you trying to solve that normal project system can't? Asking out of genuine curiosity. I wanted to learn. That started off with, and then essentially I've noticed that a lot of project management systems don't have collaborative. Like, you might have a task that or a project that happens over multiple different departments and so forth like that. In which case, I wanted to build something that was more collaborative about that, so people could see the bigger picture. When I started this, I was working at a university, and yeah, we were using, what was it, ServiceNow or something like that, where essentially particular tasks were just thrown around. They were literally just thrown around. You would have to reassign them to different groups and then different people and so forth like that. And I thought that was quite horrible. So yeah, and then yeah, I just kept building it. So it's been 7 years or more. Oh God, I don't want to think about that. But it's been a long time since I've actually started doing this. I did delete 95% of the code. Should have deleted 100% of the code back in August 2020. So this is the new version of NearBeach. We're finally just adding in new features into it. So yeah, we're adding in a scheduler. A couple of months ago, I was riding with a friend. He was complaining about his task management system where essentially they needed a scheduler. So certain particular tasks that get run once a month or something like that have a job number automatically assigned to them. So yeah, currently building that. But yeah, welcome Midnight Storms. So yeah. Yeah, to learn is a really good reason to build anything, and it doesn't matter if it's already been built. When you're learning, you do need to rebuild the wheel to actually understand how the wheel wheels. So yeah. All right, so we've got object dictionary, we've got that, we've got the command, we've got the creator object, we're coming through, and then it's user. All right, cool. So user.objects.get pk equals 1. We're just getting the first user, which will be the system user. I'm trying to reignite my passion for programming. I lost it when I dropped out of college for mental health purposes. I'm trying to think of a project, but I'm stumped, lol. I do think I want to learn Python, though all I know is Java and C based languages. Oh, that's fine. Learning Python is going to be really easy for you. So essentially, you know how you had types in Java and C? You essentially drop them for Python. And then it's just syntax change. My recommendation, build something tiny. And I'm underlining tiny, because what you need to do is, programming is like doing hurdles. All right. These are my hurdles. I'm not a very good drawer. I can't even run actions. This person's running. So the problem is you can't jump all of these and get to the goal straight away. That's not possible at all. So what you got to do is you got to essentially jump the first one, jump the second one, jump the third one, jump the fourth one. But at each point, you should be rewarding yourself. This is an achievement. In fact, all of these are achievements. So yeah, my recommendation, build something tiny. Whoops. Sorry, I almost took my little drawing tablet off the desk. do something tiny and reward yourself about it. Now, something tiny could be a simple to-do list if you're doing web programming. If you're doing game programming, render something to the screen, render a triangle. Or if you're using, like, let's say Godot or something like that, have a guy move around, have something move around. And remember, each one of those is an achievement. You can do type hinting if it feels like you need types to be part of your thought process. Yes, yeah. So I do eventually want to get TypeScript into the VueJS part of NearBeach. However, that's going to be a massive sort of project, and that will probably be between... I don't know if I would achieve that between 0.31 and 0.32. It might be later. There's perspective in those hurdles. Yeah. So essentially, when you actually get to, let's say, here, the second hurdle, you'll look back and you'll be like, oh, I can do those a lot better too. And remember, that's an achievement. You should feel proud about that. I joked about this today, but all right. So when I was working at the university, they got me to build a database application. So essentially, it was a very simple application that was meant to store some student data in it against a particular sort of thing, and they didn't have a lot of money. I found some of that code. Also, I found a task management system I wrote for them. Anyway, getting off track. I look back at some of that old code, and I'm just like, holy hell, have I gone far? So yeah. Python hints, I suggest using something like FastAPI, Pydantic to help. Yep. If you want to do type hinting, you should just start doing new features with type hints. I think my dream project is probably a note-taking app, to be honest. I have yet to find one that I can use that speaks to me and works for my ADHD. Fair enough. Yep. Do something small first in those things, because remember, if we've got two perspectives, all right, up here is goal. You got person A and person B. Which one do you think will get to the goal? And you got to think. This person will struggle getting up here. This person will take their time just stepping up, but they will get to the goal. It's a lot easier for person B. So yeah, my recommendations, especially with ADHD, break it up into smaller sort of things, very, very small sort of things, and remember to always reward yourself when you reach a small goal, even no matter how small it is. And be happy. Yeah. Do something that allows you to learn the skills you need to build it. Yep. And don't be afraid, and this happens quite a lot, especially in the programming world, don't be afraid if you look at your code and you're like, I need to rewrite this, I can build this better. Because that's a learning process, and you essentially delete your code like I did with NearBeach. I deleted, I don't want to know how many lines of code. It was like 10,000 or 20,000 or something ridiculous. And then starting again, it was such a better build. So yeah. Just don't do that too quickly. Yeah, yeah. Got to get something semi-functional first. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. But believe it or not, it is something you can actually learn by yourself if you want to take it that pace. So, yeah. Wonder if I should start with a to-do list in Python because it can later be integrated as part of the final. Do it. Implement it. A to-do list can be done very quickly. So, yeah. And yeah, that's, yeah, constantly, yeah, fix up, deploy your feature before you turn around and start deleting your code. Yeah, for NearBeach, 2020, so NearBeach had been built for 3 years at that particular state. It wasn't just because I hated the code or anything like that. It was also because I felt like NearBeach was adding in random features and functionality that have nothing to do with a project management system. And I really needed to walk away from that and only focus on the core sort of concepts that a project management system has. So, yeah. Alright, so we've got submit object, we've got object dictionary object, we've got the create user. Cool. Are you planning on doing a, oh god, acronyms. Just give me 2 seconds. PMP certification. Probably not. I mean, it would be good because then I get that sort of knowledge, like complete knowledge. But when I say probably not, I just don't have time. That's why. All right. You need 36 months of project management skills as well. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I just don't have much time to study anymore. Considering I'm doing quite a lot of study also for work and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just realizing Max is doing a pose. Look at him go. He's just getting in there. Max, we're streaming. Gosh. Alright, so we've got the submit object. This is where I need to think. I think I should put this all in this one line. So with the dictionary, sorry, I'm just going to copy these. I'm going to lose my place. I'm going to paste these in. These are just for reference for anyone wanting to know. I'm the one with the camera pointed at him. Yeah, I know. He's bringing in all the money. All right. So if I go object dictionary, object title, and then I go equals, I should be able, because that will pull out task short description and place it there. I'm assuming. Fingers crossed. Nocturnal, do I need to do something funky here? I feel like I have to do something funky here again, don't I? Then what we need is the template. Then this is stored in this format. So we need the object template JSON. Then we open up this and we go object title. And I feel like that's not going to work. Ah, yes. All right. Is it double and then that? Ah, I keep doing that. Copy. And then paste here as reference. Piss that off. All right, cool. Sweet. So what I need to do is open this up. We want F, and we need to import the, oh no, we don't need the F, because we'll have the object dict, we'll have the object title, and then we'll have the template.object, template JSON, and then we'll have the object title. And that should be it. And then we just need to paste this 5 more times. And then I just need to copy this. Paste. Oh, God. Sorry, that was very loud. Paste. Paste. Oh yeah, copy doesn't work because you got the Vim bindings and stuff like that. All right. Just multiple keys in one. Oh. All right, let's go crazy. I'm assuming like that. And now we just got to wait for lag. What's the time? Oh, it's 10 o'clock. Which means I've got an ad in about 15 minutes. Oh, yes, they're comma separated. Yep. All right, sweet. Cool. All right, so that will create the submit object, and then all we need to do is submit object.save. Then once it's done, we've got to do the groups. So loop through the group list and add them. All right, I'm gonna snooze that. Okay, cool. So what I want to do is for group in, and this is where we got the template dot object template JSON, and then we open this up, and then we have a look at one of these, and it's just called group list. So paste that in. It's an array. We're happy. Yeah, we're definitely happy. Group list, and it's an array. So what we want to do is we've got object submit, and this is where I've got to add in the object assignment here. I'll neaten that up a little bit later. Gotta go to the meeting. Anyway, thank you very much, Nocturnal. Have fun. This is looking good. Hopefully I can get the Dockercron job running and stuff like that, and I can get this fully tested. So yeah, and then I got to write a bunch of unit tests for this. It's gonna be fun. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much. Enjoy your meeting. All right. Yeah, we won't be around for much longer. Yeah. I just want to get this sort of done and out the door. So submit object assignment equals object assignment. What we've got is created user, or it's the same up here. Create user. No, not, oh yeah, group ID. But we go group ID, and then what we want to do is we just go group. And I just want to put ID under there just so everyone's like, oh, okay, it's the ID. Then we've got to connect it to this particular object, but depending if it is a task or not. So what we need to do is we've got to go boom, boom, bang, F. Object dictionary. Actually, no, that's... Look up choices. Oh, so let's go object string equals. Let's delete those 3 lines. Let's just paste them in. Let's realize we've made a big mistake. And then what we want to do is we want to do it like that. And that way I've got access to what it is. So object string underscore ID. And then we want submit object.pk. And I think PK still works. So if we go over here, let's go a equals project.object.get pk equals 1. Objects. And we go a.pk, we get 1. So this should work with the submit object. So submit object.pk. All right, so that should then be able to assign that to the group. And then once that's all done, it just returns. There's nothing else to do. And I think that's pretty much it. That's the basic initial concept of it at the moment. Yeah. All right, cool. Let's commit that. So going over here, let's open up. All right, let's get status. We're ignoring everything in static. So what I want to do, remove everything in NearBeach static, and then get checkout NearBeach static, and then get status. I told it to check out NearBeach static, right? I didn't do it correctly. Git checkout NearBeach static. So we've got 3 files that we're adding in, which is great, and we've got that which we've just modified. So we want to git add NearBeach management. We don't want to worry about the journal. Who cares about the journal? That's just the database stuff. Git commit initial Initial build of the custom Django admin functionality. This will call, this will run the scheduler. And then we do a git push. All right, sweet. So now that that is done, what we need to do is test it thoroughly. So, and then write unit tests for it. So the idea is I've got to figure out how I can write unit tests so that way the unit tests will pull out what we need and all that kind of fun stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure this out, cause yeah, we want specific cases when things are run. All right. And the one thing is, once I figure out how to do the unit tests, I've got to flood up the fixtures database with a bunch of different tests. So that way, when I run it, all these tests will run. We need the different permutations to make sure certain tests and stuff like that run in certain sort of cases, and so forth like that. But at the moment, we should be doing some manual sort of testing. Some exciting news, some different news now. I am going to hopefully tonight get my new blog site up and running. So yeah, there's an old photo of me. Holy hell, that's like yonks old. That's when I was still happy at the university. I have no bags under the eyes. I swear to you, when I left the university, those bags were just... Oof. Yeah, so I've got to get the robotic head site up. Another good news. This is